so busy casting stones, they overlooked their own wrong. But now I can see I'm a part of something much greater than anyone's opinion. Love transcends it all. They said I'd never be good enough. They said you're not worthy of his love. They said you're just irredeemable. So glad my God has the final word. There's no limit to your life with him in it. I'm a witness. They said I'd never be good enough. They said you're not worthy of his love. They said you're just irredeemable. So glad my God has the final word. If you believe, with grace you'll be. You'll be unstoppable. You never know what you will do. Everything is possible. Just believe. With him you'll be. Because my God has the final word. You'll never be good enough. You're not worthy of his love. And they probably said you won't amount to anything. But my God has the final word.
Welcome back to the Shennel and Keymiel show. You just heard the single "They Said" by Mr. Dwayne Woods, featuring Mint Condition. I know you heard that sound in there. Prior to that, we brought you "Agape Love" by J. Torah out of Atlanta, Georgia. And just before J. Torah, you heard "Keep Smiling" by B.J. McKenzie, along with "Safe in His Arms" by Rachel Loomis. We hope you have enjoyed the show thus far. Keymiel,
Yes.
we've given them some great music. Now it's time for some good conversation. Good music, good conversation.
Shennel, what do you want to talk about, Shennel?
I want to talk about, I would love to just bring up the topic of spending your tax return money wisely. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because I see every year, same time every year on social media, I see so many people criticizing others for the way they spend their money. You know, a lot of people, if they're getting the earned income credit, if they have children and they qualify for the earned income credit, they are getting, you know, some pretty sizable amounts in their tax return. $5,000, $6,000. I'll never get that, but there are people out there that get it, and I just see so many people criticize them for the way they spend their money, almost like stereotyping. And it bothers me so much because you don't, on the outside looking in, you don't know how people spend their money. But, when you also look at it, they're taxpayers as well. So if they're getting a return, it's a return that they've earned. We shouldn't criticize them for the way they spend their money.
Well, I just personally think that we just need to talk about ourselves and what we do instead of minding other people's business in general.
Sweep around your own front door.
Maybe it's just me and my boring life, because like I tell people, like I was telling you earlier, I literally do not pay attention to people. Meaning, like, whatever you do is what you do. Like, maybe because I really don't care. But what you do is what you do. Something may come to my attention as far as, and I'm trying to be deep, but like spiritually or something is going on.
You can be deep, it's alright.
But people pay attention to what other people do a little too often, and it's a little scary because it's like, why? Like, why does it matter to you? And maybe people are bored.
And that is the question. Why does it matter to you? I was going to bring up a really good point just about the fact that I also saw, on Facebook an article that talked about a young lady that did get a $6,000 tax return, and she used that money to pay her rent for the rest of the year.
Very smart.
For 2017, she's rent free. She's covered. She paid her rent. She also, I think, paid maybe it was her car insurance or something like that. But these are necessities, things that you need. She didn't go out and, get her a $300 braid job on her hair and, get some Jordans and whatnot. She used her money wisely because she knew that at some point in the year, or at certain points in the year, her resources are always low. So that way, this year, she eliminated that issue. And I think that is very smart. That's a very smart way to spend your money. We also have to remember that we are required to give 10%, and that includes 10% of your tax return, because that's earnings. That's an earning. That's money that has that comes into your income. So we are required to give 10% of that. If you're a believer, if you're listening to this show, you must be a believer of God and the commandments that have come down to us. And one of those commandments is to give your 10%.
Like I said before, people have too much time on their hand to worry about what people are doing. And I think, and I'll say this for me, because I'm moving in the area of financial services. Sometimes we have to, as a culture, African Americans, we have to be wise in our decisions on what we do with money. Because sometimes our decision making is horrible. What are we leaving behind for our kids and kids and different cultures? They have money passed down from generations to generation. Like, what are we leaving behind for our kids? What's happening? College fund or things. Are we saving? You got some parents I work at, elementary school, and some parents already started their college fund for their kids as soon as
they're born.
So what are we doing? So I think we need to make wise decisions on what we're doing with our money. And I think it's a mindset thing. It's a generational curse thing that we have as far as a culture, because we don't actually take the time to invest or put our money in places. Sometimes we feel that, I think our culture feels that when we put our money in something, we gotta see it right then. Like, we can't just let our money go in investments and not see it at the time. But I think we gotta buy shoes because we gotta wear it. We gotta let everybody see our shoes or our jewelry. We gotta wear it so everybody else can see it. Cars, we gotta wear, and we gotta put rims and everything on it so people can see. You know, things that we have, we wear. We have to have it. It has to be seen more than putting in. Like, you see people who are billionaires, millionaires. They don't wear fancy. They're not the type of you won't even expect to see them having like a millionaire type status on them because they don't wear every bit of their money on them.
And that's because they don't place value on superficial things. Mm-hmm. An item of clothing is superficial. It doesn't have any value once you buy it. There's no value in it. Mm-hmm. It's damaged. It's used. And I think, you know, with a lot of us, mm-hmm. we tend to look at what other people are doing and feel like we have to keep up with that in order to stay on a certain level or to be accepted by our society. I will wear a pair of shoes till the soles fall off. I've done it. I got some now. Wait a minute. I think I got them on. But I don't mind. I don't care what people, you know, how people perceive it then. But, you know, it's also taught and it's learned. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first thing people notice about you is your shoes. Well, great. Your shoes and your hair. Okay, but that doesn't mean I got to go spend $300 on my hair.
Right.
Doesn't mean I got to spend $300 on my shoes. $12.99 is sufficient for me. Mm-hmm. And guess what? When those tear up, I can go get another pair of $12.99 shoes. Mm-hmm. You know how many shoes I can get for $300?
You're right about that. I got some on my list right now. So it's just all about, you know, being wise in your resources. I think once an individual learns that your value, even the billionaires and the millionaires, their value is measured by their assets. What is an asset? An asset is something that you own outright. You don't have a lien on it. Mm-hmm. You're not making monthly payments on it. It's yours. Mm-hmm. It is yours. That is how they measure your value, by the things that you own or the available cash that you have on hand, not the available credit that you have on hand, the available cash that you have on hand. Well, just to get that segment out of the way, because I mean that's something that we need to really pay attention to. So pay attention to what you're investing in, guys. You know, be wise with your decisions, so you know you won't be left in the bag every month or every week complaining about not having. All right, so we're gonna go ahead to move to our new set. Next set, and the song is called "Wake Up." This is another new artist that we have by Nika Joyner. And I think the song is appropriate, guys. We gotta wake up.
Wake up.
All right. Thank you once again for listening to the J. Shennel and Keymiel show.
Zombies finally awakened, was shaking inside my boots at the thought of Christ being forsaken. Now I'm patiently waiting, got my eyes on the prize. Time to take off my slippers, lace my Jordans and let's ride. I've been gone for so long, now I'm back where I belong. And my eyes have been open to the glory on the throne. Take no glory for my own, I realize to